Wow, I sound completely really shitty and high-pitched when I listen to my voice after the recording. Anyways, oh my god. Okay. So, basically, I ended up hanging out with the kid, walking around with him, right, and it was pretty cool, pretty fun. Shit, by the way, okay, so, the kid T, really creepy, being a total douchebag, but the kid C, not totally bad, not being overly creepy, just kind of being, like, funny. He just is, like, a little bit weird, right? So C is the kid who I ended up walking with and hanging out with, right? And I was like, hey, you know what, you're decent, you're actually kind of a chill dude, right? And so we kind of, like, hit it off and became, like, friends. And so he was like, oh, my phone's at home, but, like, I don't know, basically I got his number in my phone and I texted him, and me and him, like, walked home or whatever, and then I, like, left him to go home, but then someone had texted me with his number, and was like, hey, by the way, I don't know, basically, he gave me the wrong number by accident, and so I was just texting some random person, and then I was kind of like, aw, sad face, so I ended up texting my friend Kay, and I was like, shit, like, I thought I made a friend, but turns out that the universe doesn't like me socializing with people because it didn't work out. And then my friend was kind of like, haha, actually it's just me. And I was like, And he's like, yeah, I'm being really selfish or something like that. And I was just kind of like, so I'm not allowed to, like, hang out with this kid? And he was just kind of like, well, no, like, he's like, no, but, you know. And then, okay, so basically, because I've already been feeling super, like, and super shitty and super anxious and anxiety-wise about, like, me and him, our friendship, and it's just, so I feel, like, really, like, I feel like, how to explain that? Not like I'm getting thrown away, but I get really anxious, like, you know, like, where people are like, hey, do you still love me? Hey, do you hate me? Like, you know, like, that's kind of how I feel, and it's like, before I wasn't that bad, but then with this kid, with the situations that kind of kept happening, it made me feel really distant, and so it made me feel the need to be needy, where I would be like, do you still like me? Like, you don't hate me, right? Like, you know, like that feeling, and it doesn't register, like, in my head a lot of the time, and again, because I've been, like, used, abused, and everything else like that, I don't, like, how to explain it? Like, I like when people are being possessive over me to a point, right? Like, or, like, sometimes it's not even that I like it or not, it's just that I feel not needed, but I feel more reassured, or something along those lines, right? So basically, my friend Kay was like, yeah, so, and then I was like, wait, are you saying you don't want me to hang out with him? And he was like, well, no, but, like, you know, and I was like, no, you need to, because I don't understand, and I was kind of, like, doing me and panicking or whatever, and I was just like, no, like, I don't know, he was just kind of like, no, but, like, be happy or whatever, like, if you're happy, it's whatever. And I was like, but I'm not happy. And he's like, oh, no, why? And I was like, well, if you don't tell me what you think, like, I'm not going to be happy because I don't understand what, like, I'll be happy if you tell me what you're feeling or what you're thinking, like, I won't know, right? And so, basically, he was finally like, okay, well, like, and, oh my god, okay, so here's where it's going to get really, oh my god, just, this is going to be, like, really trashy, and you're not going to, like, understand the relationship to a point. Like, this is why I guess I'm so, this is actually why I'm kind of really anxious about, like, the type of relationship we have, or whatever. Again, so this is, like, a friend-based thing, so don't be like, oh my fuck, because, I mean, like, trust me, like, even I'm just like, oh my god, just shoot me, I'm so cringy, and I'm so, like, wow, I'm really trashy, and I'm just, huh. Okay, so anyway, so basically, okay, so, I mean, I already kind of have this actual, like, I know I have traumas and issues. It's not, like, a daddy kink, right? I mean, because I'm really self-aware and all this crap, so, like, people are like, oh, I have a daddy kink, blah, 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 and then I'm just like, I don't think I could have a daddy kink, because to me, it's like, I already know that I'm pretty fucked up, and I had one dad, pretty fucked up, went to jail, had a different dad, pretty fucked up, like, jail and all this crap, like, I've been abandoned by so many fathers, that's just fucking ridiculous, like, I don't think I could have a daddy kink, because of the fact that I know I have a daddy, like, issue, and I have, like, daddy traumas, right? So I don't think, it just, like, really creeped me out, the idea of, like, calling someone, like, daddy, like, you know, it's like, fuck me, daddy, like, oh, please stop, no, you know, but I definitely have, like, a dominance kink thing, so, like, it's an issue, but I feel way more comfortable with people who are dominating, or, who are, like, more possessive over me, I guess, like, even in a friendship manner, that's just, I feel more secure. And so, what actually, oh my god, just fucking, wow, just kill me already, because this is just, I'm so sorry, this is actually, like, you know, okay, honestly, I'd be a lot more embarrassed, but I'm just so nauseous right now, and I'm just so, like, jittery, and it's just actually, like, talking, and is whatever, it's actually, it's helping, and the more I talk, the less I feel like I've forgotten how to use my tongue, but I can still feel it where sometimes my tongue feels like I've forgotten my life, you know, but anyways, so, I need to just stop, okay, so, anyways, basically, so me and him were hanging out one time, and we decided that it was a smart idea to, like, kind of go, like, rock climbing, you know, like, we went for a bit of a hike, and then we were, like, on top of, like, a bit of a cliff, and we were like, haha, let's climb down, and we did this, like, right when it was, like, kind of, like, gross, slushy snow everywhere, so that was a fucking, just, the fucking smartest idea ever, you know. Anyways, so I'm terrified of heights, and basically, we were trying to climb down, and I was, like, panicking and freaking out, but I was like, no, I want to do it for him, because I was like, we're hanging out, and I don't want to, like, be the reason we stopped having fun, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be like, hey, by the way, actually, I'm really fucking, like, terrified of heights, and I don't want to do this, because I just, you know, like, so, we were, like, climbing down or whatever and having fun, and I got to a point where I just got stuck, and I couldn't go any further, and I was, like, freaking out, like, I was just, like, and so anyway, so basically, he ended up helping me down, and you don't even get, like, I mean, some of you may get how important this is, but to me, he literally saved my life. I mean, the height was probably higher than, like, jumpable down distance, so pretty high, and I couldn't go up, couldn't go down, you know, like, I couldn't go anywhere, and underneath us were just, like, tons of prickle bushes, so I'm literally, like, freaking out, right, and he actually, like, climbed up beside me, because he had already gotten down, and so I was trying to get down, but he went, like, a different way than me, so I got stuck, and so he actually climbed up towards me, and he talked me down, basically. Like, he, like, reached his hand up, and he was like, no, it's okay, like, I have you, like, and I actually held his hand, which was the scariest fucking thing ever, but, like, you know, and he helped me direct my foot to get to a better position to climb down, and so I straight up was like, you literally just fucking saved my life, you know, and it became kind of like a joke, because I don't think I don't think he got how serious the situation was to me, right, but so it kind of became a joke where it was like, he owns my life, and he's like, haha, well, I own your life, blah, 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 and then, so, me already knowing things, and, you know, like, like, oh my gosh, like, going on the internet about, like, master and pet kinks and things like this isn't, like, so it was just kind of, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, stop, but me still being, like, oblivious to everything, I was kind of, like, it didn't really faze me as that type of stuff, but anyways, so basically, it kind of was, like, it would be, like, we would be joking around or whatever, and I'd be like, well, you already own my life, or whatever, or, like, haha, don't let me die, because, you know, you own my life, and we actually did get, like, drunk on, like, New Year's, and he actually, like, saved me, and I stuck by him, like, the whole night. It was so funny, and yeah, so basically he's like, well, now I own your life, like, twice, and all this crap, and so he was just kind of like, well, I'm, like, your master. It kind of became like that, like, it was kind of like an inside joke thing, where, like, he's like, I'm your master, and all this stuff, and it was just a friendshipy friend thing, basically, which is, like, actually kind of, like, I don't know, it was funny and kind of whatever, and I guess that's kind of why I got, like, really attached to him, like, he's my friend, but it was kind of like I depended on him, like, more than you would think normal people would, because it was just, like, that's what it was to me, he saved my life, and, like, to me, like, he is really important, as a friend, and all of that, right, like, and I don't think he really comprehended, like, how important to me he is, and, but yeah, so basically, anyway, so I got really excited about the fact that he was just kind of, like, being more that. One, because I was like, oh, like, I'm needed, or, oh, like, you actually care about me, or, like, oh, like, you're being, like, you know what I mean? So that's just how I was about it. Like, I was really excited when he was like, no, I'm being selfish, and I don't like sharing. I don't want you to be this person's friend. And I got really, like, excited, right? Like, really excited. And for, like, multiple reasons. One, because he's supposed to be, like, my master. Two, because that was kind of also when I was just like, wow, I think I actually really like him. And three, because just in a friend-wise, I was, like, really excited that someone was kind of, like, jealous over me, maybe. Because I've never really felt that. Where someone, like, is possessive of me as a friend or whatever in any way, form, right? And so, yeah, so it kind of, like, it was just bad because it kind of actually, like, ended up triggering my, like, really cutesy bleh mood where I wanted to be, like, I was just being really bratty and kind of just, like really excited that he wanted to just be, like, stern with me. Wow, that sounds really bad. But anyways, right, so the next day, like, or whatever, like, I just felt like he was kind of ignoring me, which, by the way, like, you know, if you're working or something, because that's what it was, is the next day I ended up going out shopping, and, I was, like, really excited to go shopping because I was shopping for boy clothes, which is, like, a really hard thing for me to do, right, because I've never really, like, I feel like I'm always I always feel like I'm disappearing, and I've never really fit anything, and so this was an important day for me, and I was, like, super anxious and excited, but scared, and, I went with my counselor to go shopping for boys' clothes, and none of the clothes would fit me, and I felt, like, absolute, like, the worst, because it was literally, like, my pants were sticking to my body, and I had the grossest hips, and they were too short, and they were too, like, tight, and I just really was, like, screaming, because it was, yeah, it wasn't fun to basically have your body is just rejecting you, or something like that, where I couldn't even wear the clothes I wanted to wear because my body was just like, hey, by the way, actually, you have female hips, and they don't, you know what I mean, like, it's just gross, and I hated it, and I can't, right, and so I was, like, texting him trying to, like, feel better, because he makes me feel better, and I feel safer when I talk to him, and, so I, like, texted him or something, and, he was, like, texting me, but, you know, to reassure me, you could just be like, oh, hey, how's it going, blah, 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 but just so you know, I'm at work, so I might not be able to text too much, or something like that. I would get it, I would respect it, and I'd be like, shit, like, okay, so I'm gonna talk to you, but if you stop replying, like, obviously I'm gonna get that there's a reason, like, I'm not gonna be, like, super worried and think it's my fault, because as long as you just tell me, right? And so I was, like, texting him, and it doesn't help that the day before when we were, like, talking, okay, so we were eating ice cream, and he was just kind of, like, I mean, I get that boys have insecurities, too, about their weight and everything like that, and he was kind of, like, doing that, where he was just like, wow, like, he was, like, counting the calories of the ice cream or whatever, and he just didn't seem to want to eat it, and stuff like that, and I mean, I knew it, and I did, and I tried so hard in my brain to come up with a way to, like, reassure him that it was okay, and that it didn't matter, and, like, he wasn't gonna get fat, or like, in my brain, and I knew, and I tried really hard to just reassure him. Right, okay, so I need to make a new video.